All right, getting down to my dismantling here. Going to be cutting this out here in the garage. I can see a little better. Going to be cutting this part off. I'm going to be cutting this clear off all the way across here. And this whole box is going to be going. I cut the intake pipe, cut it off. It was on the bottom. Here's your auger, your top auger. You got this is your first auger, and then you got your secondary auger. Now, this thing, just what happens is this thing will spin, push a little bit of pellets into this, and it drops down into the secondary where you can see the motor right there, and then that pushes out into your burn pot, and that's where you get it. Now you can see all the holes, all them holes. That's where it's getting this air from. The vacuum that your exhaust motor pulls air through this, and you got an intake pipe on the bottom, which I already cut off because I'm building my own setup. And here you go. That thing was full of ashes. It just come out. That's what come out of that. All them ashes gets trapped down in there. Dirty, man. Dirty, filthy. You don't know this is going on when you're burning this. You're thinking, oh, I like my pellet stove. I like it. Or maybe you're somebody that doesn't have a well-insulated home, and you're saying, well, it doesn't keep my places warm, and then you end up getting rid of it because it's just not doing the job. It's not going to do the job. You want a well-insulated. Spend money on insulating, sealing up your home. That's what makes a difference. But these things, as far as me getting into it, the design is just very bad. And you'll hear me say that on every video. It just is. There's always a better way of doing things, and sucking all your heat outside is just not it. But I've got it cleaned up. I don't know if I'm gonna set it in the bandsaw and just cut that off, or just take the cut wheel and cut it completely off and do away with the bottom intake, because my idea that I got is definitely going to not use that anyway, so I'm going to do away with it. And then when I get this cut off flush, I'm going to seal up any holes, because I'm going to do away with the bottom of it, so there won't be no holes. This will be solid, and I'll still get the pellets. Now what I'll end up doing is I'm going to design a setup to where I can feed logs into this thing little by little. It'll do it on its own. I won't even have to mess with it. At nighttime, I can set it on the pellets to keep it nice and warm, letting it burn slowly, just to keep the house warm, because I'm going to end up building my own house. But then during the daytime, or if it's extremely cold during the day and I'm up, I'll just throw a log or two in it, and it'll have like a little chute type thing that'll feed its own logs in there. That's my whole setup. So you'll be able to put coal in it if you want to. Anything that's burnable, you can shove down in it, and it'll go in the same spot that the pellets are going to go into. And unlike this thing, it won't have no, it'll be sealed off. There won't be any, I don't have to worry about dust. It won't, I'll make sure it's completely sealed off to where there's no air gaps, and the air will strictly come from outside. So it'll have an intake from outside. And it'll be underneath the burn pot versus all these holes and everything. And I'll build a little ashtray that all my stuff will fall down into. All I have to do is pull the tray out, empty it, slide it back in. I'll put little latches on it to where I want to put it in there. It seals off, and all the air will be controlled from a little, I don't know, just a little like intake port. And I'll be able to slow the burn down and speed it up with just that. So the only electric it'll have is just feeding if I happen to use the pellets. But I can still use the fan. I'm going to actually put another blower to blow the heat out into the room. I'm going to put another blower on this far side because the blower was on this side. If you watch my videos, you'll understand about what I'm trying to do. And you won't understand completely until it's all done. But this is America. This is what we do. This is what America's founded on, is making things and making them better. So like and subscribe, and hope you enjoy the videos.